Hello, hello, and welcome to our show, Conversations with Lady T, where we bring guests on our show to talk about issues and topics that matter. Get your China teacup and enjoy the show. Today, I'm at Princeton University for their 11th annual Innovation Forum, where they had 7 presenters. They were awesome in their presentations. They had to do 3-minute pitch, and they had 3 winners.
10th anniversary for Keller Center. And throughout the past 10 years, we've had a growing, surging interest and ecosystem around both education, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And last year, in addition to the birthday party, we launched quite a number of initiatives to thank our helpers, to review what we've done, and to project into the next decade. And we're very proud that we're now officially in the pre-teens stage of our life. As some of you might have heard, in academia, you need 3 elements. You need space, you need money, you need talents. And space is hardest to get. We are also proud to say that as part of a university-wide initiative in entrepreneurship, the Princeton Way, the Princeton Entrepreneurial Hub, or the eHub, officially opened its door last fall. It's 34 Chambers Street. It is an incubator space, it's an event and outreach space. It also houses a number of organizations, including part of Keller Center.
This is a day kind of where breakthrough Princeton research meets commercialization, and it's an amazing opportunity for this school to be able to kind of bridge the core research we do with how it can actually show up in the real world. It's been a joy to be part of the innovation that lives and grows here in so many ways. It's been a blessing of my life and my career that really started here at Princeton, as it has for, I think, many of you in the audience today.
We focus on developing a technique that improves medical ultrasound imaging. Ultrasound imaging suffers problems like low resolution, low contrast noise, and so on. And we develop a technique that can improve imaging quality with the same machine or the same data, we can get a better image. Our technique can be applied onto all the existing ultrasound images and improve imaging quality in real time. And we will build a web-based service where images are sent to the cloud, improved in the cloud, and then sent back to the users.
Hi, I'm Samir. I'm a second-year graduate student in Princeton. We developed CoverTrack, which is a tool to hide your access patterns. And the reason why we developed is because people don't realize it, but the world has so many security problems, and normal users do not realize what they are getting into. So that's why we want to develop this to actually have a safer internet experience.
Hi, my name is Gilad. I'm a postdoc at Princeton University. We developed a new MEMS technology, basically a very small sensor for measuring humidity, temperature, and velocity. The reason that we believe in this technology is because there are currently not really good available solutions in the market for both velocity and humidity, and we think that we have a very good solution and a way to do it better.
So when I first joined this lab, I really was motivated by making solutions for this technology that didn't use really nasty chemicals. So after doing a lot of literature searching and a lot of research over about 2 years, we stumbled across a solution that basically leapfrogged all other technologies. We were able to do so by using really simple methods, and it's super robust even over hundreds of cycles. And we're really excited to have this technology in this part of our changing energy landscape.
Hi, my name's Tim Bushman, and I'm talking today about our adaptive cognitive prosthetic, which is a device to treat brain disorders. And this idea really just came out of work that I've been doing in the lab for a long time, trying to understand the basic science of how the brain works and how it produces complicated behaviors. and we just had an idea of, well, if we start to understand how the brain works, then maybe we can start to fix the brain when it goes wrong in disease.
Hello, my name is Charles Gentile. I am one of the inventors of Technetium 99 on demand here in Princeton. What made us work on this invention was the need to get this medical isotope more prevalent in society. Many of the places that manufacture the material are going out of business, or they're going to change in their business, so it's harder to come by. And we also had a desire to get it more into the third world, to get it in places where historically you could not find this material. It's used in 2/3 of all medical procedures, diagnostic procedures, and this is going to help people have access to a technology that they have not had, honestly, up until now, recently.
I really appreciate that Princeton University provides this opportunity for us. And we also learn a lot on how to commercialize our technology from lab to the market. And we learn lots of business idea. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you.
I have a wonderful gentleman here that I met many years ago. Actually, he knows my nephew, went to school with him, and he spoke at an entrepreneur event in Newark at the Rutgers Business School. And I was saying he looked so familiar, but he remembered who I was. And he was so amazing. I had to bring him on the show because this is a show about educating people and people learning from others. So Alfred, take it away, let us know your journey, and just tell us exactly what you're doing here at Rutgers Business School at Piscataway.
Sure. So Alfred Blake currently serves as Assistant Director of Entrepreneurship Programs at Rutgers Business School in Newark as well as New Brunswick. And it's an amazing experience. As you all will see, I get to work with amazing people doing awesome things with entrepreneurship, with social ventures. It's a great place to be. So thank you for having us.
What inspired you?
So as far as getting to the business school, working within the business school, it was a matter of I work within leadership development as a part of my business, and I love working with students, and it's just like it's an inspirational journey. For me, I feel like I'm more blessed by their presence than mine because they're doing so many amazing things, and it's inspirational every day just to interact with them and hear and see their progress, and it's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been working here?
2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 years.
Yeah, and that's the experience I get too as an entrepreneur. You meet so many people, and the reason why I'm doing my show is because I want to inspire people, and they also inspire me. Like you said, you also learn from people. It's not just you giving, but you're also receiving. And when everybody can help each other, I think that's the ultimate. So I want to kind of hear a little bit about you guys. What made you decide to come here? What's your passion for this? So if you want to start, let's start with you.
So my name is Seth Akra, and I'm a second-year transfer student here at Rutgers through the Mountain View program. And for those who are not familiar with the Mountain View project, it started on the inside, and by inside I mean incarceration. I previously went to NJIT, unfortunately got mixed up with the wrong crowd, and while incarcerated, I had the opportunity to go to school again for free. And while attending classes on the inside, I had the opportunity to apply to Rutgers through this Mountain View program, where they let a select few who have really shown a difference in changing their life and really eager for education to pursue their education. So I got accepted to university 2 years ago. I'm still here pursuing communication and entrepreneurship. And funny, running into Al on campus numerous times through different meetings and meeting different staff. My cousin who graduated here was part of a group that Al directed and oversaw. And I really saw a passion for working with youth and really speaking out. And I realized while I was on the inside, guys would come to me for help, for religious tips or for educational tips. And for fear of others making fun of them, while on the inside, they still came to me out in the open and really wanted help, and just saw the way that I kind of maneuvered myself in my 5 years that I served. And so I realized that speaking is really what I want to do, and finding a way to give back. I realized I'm wearing a hat that says Boyd and a t-shirt as well.
Oh, I was just going to say it.
this boy.
I know Boyd.
Boyd is amazing.
We did a show on Boyd.
I worked with Boyd. I did marketing for Boyd.
my
I volunteered. I shadowed him. He's an amazing man,
Yes.
and I really, really plan to be in that position. Public motivational speaking is my thing. At-risk youth, pushing education, pushing motivation, empowering youth, empowering men and women in general. And that's just my small bit of my story. Not only
Let
that.
her see your shirt. 'Cause I could have worn my shirt if I knew that we had a
Absolutely. And not only that, you know,
Bruce,
I am a
yeah.
father
Are
of
you gonna
one.
do it too?
I have a son who's 4.5, and I have another son on the way. So, you know, my family's growing. I'm constantly growing. I'm a little older than these younger whippersnappers here, but I'm hanging in with them.
That's
And
it.
Al's coaching me through, and I'm just proud to be here and sit at the table amongst great leaders.
Wow, that is an awesome, awesome story. And I saw that and I was like, oh my God, Boyd? What do you know about Boyd? Awesome brother.
Boyd Ambassador, absolutely.
Awesome brother. Love him. Love him. Love the kids. They're
Kids are
all
amazing.
great. They made my T-shirt for me. You know, made one with Lady T.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great show. Just inspiring. Oh, he's so inspiring. So thank you. Your story was amazing. And this will help other people.
Absolutely.
You know, especially those that are incarcerated. A lot of people like to throw them off to the side and say, oh, well, you know, but everybody turns around. Nobody's perfect. And even though people that think they're perfect, they're not perfect. So awesome story, and I know it's going to inspire other people. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Victoria Henry. I'm a fifth-year senior studying chemical engineering. So since this is my 5th year at Rutgers, I took it as an unconventional path. It's more so for me to gain perspectives and for me to, I guess, like challenge myself to think outside of the box. And so for me with like scheduling, I wasn't really able to take a lot of entrepreneurship classes, so I saw this as like a great opportunity to get inspired by everyone. I feel like, you know, Kayla just wrote like this like awesome article about, you know, getting your billionaire friends up, right? And I feel like in terms of like the people who are gonna like change the world, I see these people in this program and I see these people, you know, and these are the people I wanna surround myself with. I feel like every Friday I come to the program and I find myself inspired. And so with that inspiration, I was able to figure out what I wanted to do for my passion project. And so for me, I feel like oftentimes, I find myself to be really blessed with opportunities. And I feel like a lot of times, especially people in the minority community, they feel like they can't necessarily attain these goals. They can't come back to college. They can't, you know, start their own company. So for me, I wanted to start a blog to showcase that you don't necessarily have to go to Harvard to achieve all of these goals. You don't have to come from this affluent area, you know, for you to sit at the table. So it's been great. It's been a great ride. So
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, tell us a little bit about this program that you're doing here with these kids.
So it's called the Rutgers Entrepreneurial Academy of Leadership, and it was something that was thought about, like what, probably a year and a half ago. And I was seeing sometimes students were coming through the program, and they were getting, you know, great information within the classroom, but there was a developmental opportunity to have like soft skills taught and have the things that are the glue to the things that we learn in the classroom, which our instructors are amazing.
Nice.
But just to add to that, and created the Rutgers Entrepreneurial Academy of Leadership to work with students to help them bring whatever they're working on to another platform, you know.
Now, is it a certain amount of weeks?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, great.
6-week program.
Once a week.
Once a week on Fridays. It's like an hour and a half. Sometimes it might go a little bit longer. But it's been awesome.
Nice. Now, is there other teachers as well besides yourself, or?
So it's just me. But it was we're all working on our passion projects. And this, like I told them, the first session was a passion project of mine. Kind of got a little. I almost started breaking a few tears in the first session. But it's all right. It's family. But it's family, so you know, it's great to. They've also self-selected themselves.
So can you share what your passion project was?
With launching Real and being able to work with these amazing students. They have 17 in the class all together. And they're working on various things, and So it's like all inspiring.
Nice. Let's hear your stories.
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Chisei Belu. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I attend, of course, Rutgers University proudly, very happy. I'm a senior. I love everything I do here, and I love this course because, I mean, I can say even a day like today where, you know, not everything went very well, you know, I no longer have problems. You know, I don't have problems. And I can truly say I do not have problems.
Okay.
But I do have many developmental opportunities, as well. I'm a journalism and media studies major. I love film, I love production, I love media, I love branding, I love communications.
Nice.
And I am a firm believer that entrepreneurship is a field that benefits every industry. And with that being said, you know, I think it takes a course like this and faculty like Mr. Blake, you know, I see that this is Kobe and Phil right here. And I think it takes faculty like that to really be able to inspire and push students to really take a leap of faith. And even this summer, I'm planning on taking a real leap of faith as opposed to, you know, going on a more traditional path of taking certain jobs or accepting certain positions that I'm going and working on directly in our company. Our company here. Kayla's my business partner.
Okay, nice.
She
gotta care about that now.
She's nicer than I. So, you know, I'm really excited as opposed to scared.
Right.
And I think there are going to be a lot of development opportunities, but I think the outcome's going to be amazing.
That is amazing. And as an entrepreneur myself for 8 years, I love to hear that story, especially when they're young. Because my daughter's 23 and she's already an entrepreneur. Even though she does work for someone else, she's in culinary, but she has her own business as well because she's worked with me, you know, doing the chefing part. And I just love to see young people just know that there is something else other than the regular traditional career. You know, because my whole life I used to want to be a lawyer, but I just didn't go that route. And I searched a long time, but I love what I do, being an entrepreneur, but more so having this show to highlight all of you, you know, no matter what age you are, but to talk about entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is really important for anyone, like you said, any industry, and everybody learns from each other, and the most important thing is helping each other. Even if it's the same industry that you're in, you still can help each other. I always say there's a lot of banks, there's a lot of insurance companies, there's a lot of realtors. Why can't you all work together instead of fighting and competing? Yes, competition is healthy, but you can still work together and help each other. So I'm just loving this whole, you know, conversation that we're having today. Awesome.
Hi, I'm Kayla Jackson. I'm a junior here at Rutgers, obviously. I'm majoring in journalism and business analytics and IT. And I mean, before I say anything, Alfred has been my human navigation system since I was in high school.
Nice.
I knew him back in high school from a program that I did in New York. And I like to think that he is just, I don't even know. He is so unapologetic when it comes to helping out others. I don't think he has a selfish bone in his body. So I like my colleague said here, I just wrote an article for the Huffington Post, and the only reason I got the opportunity to be a columnist for them was because of Alfred. He inspired me.
Nice.
He reached out to, you know, Miss Huffington herself, and I was inspired by that and reached out to her too, and I took the initiative. And I think he's always motivating each and every one of us in the class, and many other students at Rutgers. But in terms of my own personal growth, I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 13.
Nice.
I launched an online magazine for the empowerment of young girls of color when I was in high school. I sold it before I left high school, but I worked on a few ventures since then, and the one I'm working on now is with Chiza, and hopefully we'll be doing that. Well, no, we won't hopefully be doing it. We will be doing it. We will be doing it full time when I graduate and he graduates. So I don't know, I just love inspiring people. I think that youth need to understand that they can expand their boundaries and they can maximize their potential, and they shouldn't be putting limitations on themselves. And that's one of the reasons why I started the magazine, and it's one of the reasons why we're creating this crowdfunding platform for higher education. We think a lot of youth should have the opportunity where it's not always equitably distributed.
Right.
And I guess that's what we're trying to provide through our work. So
beautiful, well spoken too. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Can you tell us the name of the company as well?
PEDAL, P-E-D-U-L, because education's at the center of everything we do, and it bridges the gap between purpose and work.
She got it down.
Yeah,
beautiful.
We worked on that for a while.
Love it.
Awesome. And see, this is why I brought him on the show, because I was inspired. Even though I think when you spoke at Rutgers, it might have been for newer entrepreneurs, but even though I'm doing this 8 years, you still have to hear some things that you may have forgotten. You know, especially when you're here for a long time, you kind of get like, sometimes it gets stressful, there's just a lot going on, but it's good to always hear different perspectives. And he's young and vibrant and I just love, I mean, he was amazing. He was so amazing. I was like, this guy is awesome. He really just like put something in me just to like say, yes, I gotta do it, because sometimes again, you get overwhelmed and, you know, stalemate from different things happening in your life, but it's speaking for itself.
Yeah, and I just want to say, sidebar, disclaimer. Everybody was speaking, everybody's in the program was amazing before they came. So, it's them, but they're amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to be able to work with them.
Wonderful. Let's hear your journey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little different from you guys in that I don't really have the entrepreneurship blood in me, or at least I thought I didn't. I grew up in a very conservative Asian family.
Right.
They always told me the certain trajectory, path that I was supposed to take. I was supposed to go to school, get a good degree, go to law school, get a better degree, and become a lawyer. And I did that kind of blindly following them because I didn't have any other direction or someone to look up to. And once I started college, once I started Rutgers, I was exposed to this community of entrepreneurs, and I learned to sort of take risks and not follow the path that I thought was made for me. And in doing so, I met up with Alfred Blake over here. I met up with the whole real community, and I love everything about entrepreneurship. I love business. I actually started my own tutoring service in Plainfield, New Jersey. My roommate is an education major, and he loves education. He wants to be a teacher. And we started to teach Plainfield elementary school students, and in doing so, now we're teaching Plainfield high school students to tutor. So it's kind of like having them doing like an after-school program and teaching elementary school students. So I really love doing this. I hope to continue. I hope to have awesome events and meet cool people and network with really interesting, innovating people.
Nice.
Can you say your business as well?
Oh, it's Brain Train Tutoring.
Okay.
Brain Train Tutoring. I came up with that one.
Yeah, that's different. But you have to get things that are different. You know, you have to be. You can't be afraid of being different, even as an entrepreneur, because that's what's going to get the attention. That's going to get the attention, and always network. Networking is the key. It's so important. I tell people, like, some people are shy, they don't really want to go in front of people and meet people all the time, but it is the key, because someone, even if he can't help you, he might know someone else that can, and vice versa. You know, you can help that person as well, but that's what it is, and building relationships. You know, I'm sure within this class, you say relationships are so important. Sometimes it might take a year or two to get that person as a client, but you have to build that relationship. They have to know who you are, know that you're for real, know that you're honest. That's what's going to help to get you in. But I mean, you all have inspired me. This is like so awesome, so awesome. So thank you all so much. And if anybody has any comments or any tips that you'd like to say, you can kind of look right into the camera and tell people what you think they need to do.
I'd say just always be networking. I always see people on the bus or at the bus stop just like looking at their phones, listening to music, all plugged into their own little world. And I can't stand it. I like to talk to people. I like to see what they're doing. I like to learn about them. And in doing so, I've met a lot of cool people, and just so many opportunities have arisen from that. So I think that's key, networking.
I think to bounce back off of him, I think relationships are important, but you also want to focus on creating creationships.
My thing is always speak up, always reach out. There's always someone that can help you. There's always someone there who cares about you. So no matter what, just if you're going through something, just speak up and speak out and reach out and get the help that you need, because there's always a better you inside, and even if you can't see it, someone else does. I made a mistake in 2011, and I didn't reach out, and that's what caused me to do what I did. But it brought me to great things now. But we can all avoid those decisions, and by, like I said, speaking up and reaching out. That's my piece.
And when I say the entrepreneurial mindset, it's not that I have to go out and be an entrepreneur like Kayla mentioned. You can be an entrepreneur, you can start your own venture, but it's really about looking to solve problems and looking, when you see a problem, looking within yourself and your inventory, your personal inventory, find something that you have that you can use to contribute to help.
Right.
It's really, it revolves around helping others.
It is.
And if you can do that and get to the point where you do it, not looking for anything, but just doing it, just to do it. It's a part of you.
Yeah. Being authentic.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's an awesome experience.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, every one of you have really touched me. I mean, you have your personal stories, and you all just are unique but strong in your passion. I can hear the passion in every last one of you. And I know what you're saying too. Like in my family, I think a lot of time when from the island, like my mother wanted us to be a nurse. She was a nurse. My aunt is a nurse. My cousin is a nurse. Everybody's a nurse. That's Jamaican. I'm gonna say. You know, and they want. I was like, Mom, I don't want to be a nurse. She wanted my sister to be. No, we don't want to be nurses until we're not. You know, it took me a while to know what I wanted to do, but I mean, this is the passion. This is what I love. People are my passion.
Yes.
Seeing that. You know, just saying a word to someone can help them. Like you said, giving without looking for something to receive, because God eventually is going to come back at you anyway. I mean, there's a lot of people that give just to get, but I think when you give free and be authentic, that's the ultimate life. So I am honored. I say this a lot for some people that come on my show, but I'm so honored for each and every one of you that came here. Y'all have also enlightened me. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And blessings to all of you.
And before, one more thing, I promise it's the last one more thing. You know, none of this would be possible without the support of the Center for Urban Entrepreneurship and Economic Development. We have an amazing team. Executive Director Linnea Richardson.
Yes.
Jasmine Cordero managing.
Yes.
Dr. Jeffrey Robinson.
Yes.
The boy. The boy.
Yes.
We have the Raise Initiative with Ted Baker. Some say a few more.
No, say as much as you want.
Roger Debo, Professor Arturo Osorio. I mean, we have when I say amazing group of professors and people who are part of this. And this is just by team effort.
Yes, it is.
And just one last thing, I was going to say, this opportunity for me wouldn't have arisen for me, obviously, if I wasn't incarcerated, but also Professor Don Roden, who was here at Rutgers, who was one of the only professors going into the insides and mentoring students and teaching students, and eventually piloted this program, and now Rutgers has accepted us. There's plenty of us on campus. Every year we admit like 13 students who have come from incarceration to the halfway house to home, continue pursuing their education. So Don Roden, Chris Agans, the whole Mountain View staff, the whole Mountain View project, definitely Boyd and Al, and just Rutgers in general and the community for just accepting everybody. And for those who may see this and know someone who was incarcerated and they're thinking that they can't get into college or they can't pursue their education, listen, I'm fully funded. I'm here on a full scholarship and grants. I don't pay any money out of pocket, but I also work for it. So if you're determined you want to work for it, you can do it too.
Wonderful. Tracy Sypex out of Princeton, he was also incarcerated many, many years ago, but he has a lot of businesses. He was on my show and was talking about it. Matter of fact, he's working on getting, you know, an entrepreneurship program in the prisons as well. So I'll hook you up with him because I think it would be wonderful if y'all talk, for sure, for sure. So again, thank you all for being here. I'm honored. Until next time, bye-bye.